Hey everybody, welcome to the Sevilla circuit here in southern Spain. We are here to test a hugely important motorcycle for the 2026 model year. It is the brand new KTM RC 990R. Now this bike has been waited for, I think, the best part of 2 or 3 years. We were supposed to get it a couple of years ago, but obviously, as we all know, KTM went through a few issues, but they are back, they are ready to race, as they always say, and with a brand new kind of new outlook, new commercial outlook, which is really cool to see. As I said, this is a very, very important bike, so let's get into the tech stuff and then we're gonna go for a ride. Let's do it. After years of testing and prototypes, KTM has finally unveiled the 990 RCR, a fully fed track-honed sports bike that signals the company's long-awaited return to the Supersport segment. This is the first large-capacity sports bike for KTM since the legendary RC8 that stopped production back in 2015. Priced at $13,499 MSRP in the United States and built around the same 947cc LC8 parallel twin platform as the 990 Duke, KTM claims 128 horsepower and 76 pounds-feet of torque from the liquid-cooled twin, housed in a chrome-moly steel frame that uses the engine as a stressed member. Power delivery is channeled through a 6-speed gearbox with an optional quickshifter, the electronic suite offering multiple rider modes, cornering ABS, traction control and launch control. The 990 RCR's performance numbers place it squarely in the middleweight Supersport class, enough to challenge the likes of Yamaha's MT09 derived R9 and Ducati's Panigale V2 on both road and circuit. Suspension duties are handled by fully adjustable WP Apex components, including a massive 48mm open cartridge fork and a matching rear shock, while braking is taken care of by twin 320mm front discs with top-spec radially mounted 4-piston Brembo High Pura calipers, the same calipers found on the Ducati Panigale V4S and R. The chassis geometry and ergonomics have been purpose-built for aggression. Mid-mounted clip-ons, high rear sets and adjustable pegs allow the riders to fine-tune their position for track use. Visually, the 990 RCR is unmistakably KTM. Angular bodywork, aerodynamic winglets straight off their MotoGP bike, and a sharp LED headlight design give it a menacing stance. The 33.2-inch seat height reinforces its race-ready posture, while the spectacular 8.8-inch TFT dash, by far the largest and most expansive in the class, make electronic adjustments easy and rider-friendly. Expected to arrive in the US in early 2026, the KTM 990 RCR marks a major comeback for the Austrian brand's Supersport ambitions. We got a day on the road and one on the Circuito Sevilla to test out KTM's brand new and very important baby.
Oh, what a good day that was. Man, I've waited a long time to ride that bike, and I think everybody has waited a long time to hear what it's like to ride. $13,949 is what this bike is going to cost you MSRP at your local KTM dealer in the United States. Obviously, that is before the lovely tariffs and everything else that goes with it, taxes, fees, and blah, blah, blah. So I am not going to give you an actual price of what it's going to get you out the door, because I honestly do not know. However, there are a couple of things to note with the price as well. So like most high-end bikes these days, it's like a base package. KTM, along with guys like BMW and whatnot, are quite famous for doing add-on packages. Right, so now I have got this written down because I'm never going to remember it. Right. So first, you could go and buy yourself the track pack. Now the track pack will cost you $499, and that gives you access to 5-stage wheelie control, 9-stage traction control, launch control, your telemetry screen and your lap timer. However, if you spend $899, you also get the quickshifter, which is an absolute must. Quickshifter, you get cruise control, you get your motor slip regulation as well, which has been on KTM's thing forever, and you get everything that was in the track pack. So just buy the tech pack and then you dial. KTM is quoting 128 horsepower at 9,500 RPM and 76 pound-feet of torque at 6,500 RPM. Now, first things first, let's talk about that motor. We got to ride the bike yesterday on the road. We did a full day on the road, and we also did a full day on the track today. The motor is an absolute gem of a thing. Now, for those of you who have any interest in the 990 Duke R, it is the 990 Duke R, okay? All things all done, it is the 990 Duke R. It is exactly the same according to the guys who built it. So nothing has changed in it. Same cams, same everything. It has this fantastic kick off the corner, that engine. It's like a dirt bike, honestly. Like, it has this like poof, like whap, off the corner. And when you're cruising around in like just city streets and things like that, it has such great low down torque that you can just stick the thing in third gear and just roll along, especially going in and out of towns and things like that. The throttle response is really nicely metered. So happy days there. But on track, it just makes for an easy bike to ride on track. Like, it'll get you out of trouble very easily. You know, like, you can kind of overshoot a corner but the engine will just pull you out of it. You know, it's the exact opposite of a traditional 4-cylinder 600cc Supersport bike, you know, which is all top end. This is not. This is the other way. This is bottom end and really strong mid-range. It will build its speed quite deceptively as well. Now, on track today, you know, where we're winding the thing out, I hit the rev limiter more times than I would like to admit, to be honest, because it just keeps building power, and then it just bashes into that red line. So it took me a little while to get to, you know, understand where to shift, and so I was shifting a little bit before, I guess, what would be peak power. It was just after 9,000 RPM or so. I probably could have gone a little bit further, but I decided to just sort of hold it back and be calm to the bike. But matched with the quickshifter, very, very good gearbox. Now, they actually have a race version of this, which is going to be released in February. Super cool, really nice bike. But that version comes with a different gearbox. This version, the street version, the gearbox, like I experienced on the 990 Duke, it's not the smoothest gearbox. It's not what I would describe as overly notchy. It has quite a short throw. It's a quick shift, but you have to be deliberate in your shift. You cannot be lazy. You can't just kind of like hover your foot there, otherwise you'll hit that quick shifter. It'll kill the ignition really quickly. So you've got to be like, bang, get your foot out of the way, done, happy days, just like almost like race car style, like snap, snap, snap. Compared to something like the Panigale, which is extremely nimble, like it will change lines really quickly. With the 990 RC, this is not really a bike that will allow you to really change directions on a whim. It's extremely stable. Once the bike is on its side, it'll hold its line forever. But you can't just go, oh, I'm going to go over there, and then just like change your line really quickly. It's a bit of a one-line bike at that stage. But on the flip side of it, if you get your braking done right and you get your gear shifts out of the way and you're in that right point of the corner where you can use that motor, use that big hit of torque, it will leap away from stuff like a Panigale. It will probably be on line with the torquey hit that you'll get out of something like an R9, for example. But the way this thing builds its torque when you're coming out of a corner, and how how stable, I guess, that chassis is, it combines to give you a really confidence-inspiring kind of ride experience. I'm not to say that you can't change your line. Of course you can always do it, but we're so used to having crazy nimble Supersport bikes. That doesn't really kind of fit this. This is a bit more of like a super bike sort of style in terms of how it will hold its line. Hardware wise, you have those incredible Brembo High Pura brakes, those 4-piston brakes. Those are the same ones you're going to get on your Panigale V4, which costs more than twice the price of this bike. So A+ as far as the braking goes. Plus you get a really nice radial master cylinder as well, adjustable span, all that good stuff from Brembo. As far as the suspension goes, on the fork, you get -3, 0 and +3, and that gives millimeters in terms of your preload. You also get 30 clicks of rebound and compression. On the shock, you get 12 mil of preload adjustment, and you get, I think it's 30 clicks of rebound and compression as well. And you get high and low speed rebound. So really high quality suspension. On that note, I only did 2 turns of preload on the shock, and everything was sweet. Happy days, had a great time. As far as today, we were running the Michelin Power Slick. Now these Power Slicks are track day tires that they don't run warmers with. Now, interestingly, the Power Slick is the track version of the Michelin Cup 2, which is the road tire, which is just a cut version of this. Michelin says that the Cup 2 and the Power Slick are the exact same thing. The only difference is the Cup has tread. So that's cool. I think we did nearly 80 laps today, and they look great. And we never chuck warmers on them. Happy day. Now, one of my favorite things with this bike, bar none, is that dash. Whew! 8.8 inch dash, biggest dash I've ever seen on a sports bike. I could do a book on that dash. I'm not going to because it'll take forever, but it is a completely revamped, reworked, reimagined style of dash from KTM. Touchscreen as well, but I didn't really use a touchscreen. I did it to see how it worked, but used the joysticks on the left. Everything is an icon, so like everything that you change has a picture, which makes it super easy. I have this test with dashes where if I can get on it and I can just figure it out real quick, they've done their job, because the amount of bikes that screw me around and I cannot figure out how to make the dash work, it'd blow you away. This thing is the easiest dash to use. It's incredibly easy to read. You've got your track modes, you've got your road modes, so you've got big gear indicators, little speedo, big speedo, little gear, whatever you want. You can customize it however you want. But they've done exceptionally well with that. It's a really, really good dash. And I mean, overall, the bike has a really quality feel to it. Like on the street with those slightly raised clip-ons, not super low down, but it's not totally over the top raised as well. It still feels like a sports bike, although you do get a little bit more comfort built into the ride, I'd say. Yeah, it's a fabulous bike. It's really, really cool, and it's just so damn good to see KTM and back and firing on all cylinders. It's a really, really good bike. I'm pleased to see them back in action. Orange Brigade's back, baby. That's really cool. So anyway, guys, I hope this is a bit of a wrap up for you guys. As I say, it's just a quick test for us on the road and on the track. Please give us your comments down below, and I'll do my best to get back to you as always, and keep it rubber side down. We'll see you next time. Cheers.